After I found out my sister was raped and talking to my family, I went out to the bar, drank really heavily. One night, I left the bar and a Spanish guy followed me. And he went, hey, hey, hey. I stopped and tried talking to him. He took my phone, downloaded an app. I told him I was looking for my fiance and that when I get laid. He said me sex. All I did was have a smile on my face. And then I told him I had to leave because I had to go to the bathroom and get back to looking for my fiance. He told me I can use his bathroom. I got up there. He put his dick in my mouth. He wouldn't even let me use the toilet. Then I blacked out. I remember bits and pieces of having sex with him. And then the next thing I remember, I was trying to put my clothes back on, find my phone to see I took it. I had to ask for my phone back. And he tried locking me in the bathroom and forced me to give him head. And have sex and stuff with him. I did not want that. And I had to tell him no, I don't know how many times before he got it through his thick skull. And then he eventually gave me my phone, which I had to ask for. And I typed in the app that he had downloaded on my phone. That I had to go because I have kids I have to get to. And at the time I was raising someone else's kids. Or helping them raise someone else's kids. And then the next time I seen him, I figured it was a misunderstanding. So I danced with him. We had a moment. But I didn't really like him, so we went our separate ways. The next time I seen him, he kept bothering me. I was with my friends, and I told him, no, I'm with my girlfriend right now. I told him that a couple different times. And just turned him down completely. I don't know how many times. And he never got the word no. In fact, every time I seen him and his friends would bother me. It was either his friend or his boyfriend or whatever it was. But his friend put his hands down my pants. And people were laughing because of it. I'm sure he couldn't hear me tell him no because of the loud music. I eventually had enough of it and walked away. And then he followed me outside. He said stuff in Spanish. I could only make out him apologizing, so I said, sí. And he asked, really? And I said, sí, yeah, I forgive you. And then he tried getting me to leave with him. He said, okay, then come on. And I said, no. Before I go anywhere, I have to tell my friends. My friends never showed up to the bar that night. Because they only show up every other weekend and not every weekend. Anyway, I snuck out and went for a walk. I tried drinking down by my place and I was attacked. I was robbed. My hat was taken, my glasses were taken, my phone was taken. The only thing that wasn't taken was my purse and my wallet and my cards. But I had welts up and down my leg. I had bruises on my ass. I had 2 punch marks on my stomach. And I tried telling the cops some of this to most of this, and they didn't do a damn thing. I tried writing a letter of what I do and don't remember, and what he was doing is what rapists do. Preying on people that are overly intoxicated or not even intoxicated. trying to force them to be their girlfriend or hook up and stuff like that. That's when I went back to the bar, because I couldn't walk around my own home and drink, because I would be attacked. And then he left me alone for a while until I met my partner that I have today, who I met 3-4 years ago. And then him and his friend started harassing me again. When I was pregnant with my son, they were showing up at Walmart, threatening to kill my son, threatening to rape me again. And I turned it in, and nothing ever happened, because it was their word against mine. And that went on for about a year, until I was finally fired from Walmart. And then they'd show up where I live and torment me. Even tell me my son's lips are getting blue and that I need to pretty much smother them. And when I tried telling my partner's parents this, they're just like, oh, it's alright, you're schizophrenic. Forced me into a mental institution, took my children from me. And the harassment didn't stop there. When me and my partner were trying for a baby, someone broke in prior to that, raped me off the butt while I was sleeping, unconscious from drinking. I barely woke up. It wasn't Nate that did it, and I tried turning it in. The cops didn't do anything. In fact, they said that she already turned it in. She already turned one in. That's all that she gets, pretty much. So yeah, I was raped. Not once, but more than once. Not mentioning when I was telling him to leave me alone, I somehow ended up at his place again. I had been crying, my face was puffy, and it hurt down below. And nothing was done about it, and I turned it in.